Hi, and welcome back. It's been quite a few months since I've done any work on the aeroplane, as well as posting anything or taking any footage. Life has just got on the road and a few things, and on a personal note, but I'm getting through it, so I won't worry anyone that's watching this what that is. But at the moment, I think I'm back on track a little bit at the moment. So I have lost some footage that I've been filming over the past 6 or so weeks, so I'm going to have to remember a lot of the things that I've done since my last posting. I've been back through the video, so I know there was a lot of footage, but anyway, let's move on from it. So where am I at with everything? In the last posting, there was some modifications that had to happen with the exhaust. I've had that exhaust returned, and I've had to send it back again for some more modifications, only because of what I decided to do. So just to refresh, I had decided to move the turbo off the firewall by 10 mil coming forward. So what that inadvertently did was that it caused a few issues with the remaining parts of the exhaust just to twist a little bit with the heat. Namely on this side, which I've had to send it back again and be modified. So I haven't fitted it yet, but I will be fitting it today to see if it does fit on that as well. Let me just get the camera around this way. So the modifications I've had done is I've had this turbo mounting part moved forward. He's done a great job. We ended up cutting a little bit off here and just moving it forward, then he reinforced all this with some more stainless steel. Since I brought it back and fitted it again, this side was too close to the starter motor, so I've now had it bent this way by about 2 or 3 mil, and this side over here has been bent back out about 5 mil. So haven't tried it yet. I will be putting that on shortly. The other thing is that this bracket, you might recall in the beginning of the part number 62, I think it was, this was too short, so I've had it extended, and now that I've modified this, it was sort of out of twist a little bit. So if you look down there, you'll actually see that we've had a little bit of a, he's cut it off for me again and twisted it, and it's just tacked at the moment, so I'm going to try it in spot to see if it does work. So we'll just get the camera off the tripod and walk around with the things that I have done since the last posting, just to give a bit of a recap. So just starting down here, I've put the remote filter mounting bracket, or oil filter mounting bracket on the firewall. I've just reinforced the back of the firewall a little bit with some rivets, as well as put another plate on the back side of this equal to this side, so it's on the back side, and put some stainless steel nuts through it. At the moment they're just normal nuts. I will be putting lock nuts on these at a later stage, just dry fitting it at the moment to see if it all fits. Up here the battery compartment box has been fitted. I have moved the what's that called? That's called the voltage regulator. Yes, the voltage regulator has been moved from the middle of the firewall over to here. Now, the other problem that I've created for myself is when I take this battery out, the voltage regulator interferes with the battery coming out. So I've thought I was smart and moved it, but I've created another issue for myself. So how I get around that, I'll give it some thought, whether I mount this off the firewall by about another 10 mil and then put a packing piece at the back of that. I'm a little bit apprehensive about doing that, but I will sort of go down that path probably. But anyway, let me just get my head around that for the moment. Over on here, I've mounted the oil catch can for the overflow from the engine. I believe that goes back then, comes from the up here, from out of this overflow. It will come into the top of the catch can, out back through the bottom here, and then oil returns back into there, I think it is. So got to get my head around that as well. Now, what I'm also going to do here underside, I'm going to take a lead from Gavin. There'll be a pipe onto here, coming down here somehow, with a ball valve that will be allowing me to drain that catch can to see how much oil loss there is. Over on here, this is the actual Prius pump for the coolant for the turbocharger, the actual liquid cooling side of the turbocharger. Now this is a genuine Prius one, as I mentioned last time. I did get the Chinese copy as well, or I didn't really get the Chinese copy. I bought it thinking it was the OEM part, but I've since been in contact with Toyota and I've had one original one sent out to me. So there's that side of things done. So that is realistically everything now on the firewall that has to happen. I was thinking I think I haven't mentioned this too. This is the catch can for the turbocharger coolant. Sonex mounted it up here. I just found it was just too much. It was just too tight. I don't know. I was going to interfere with everything, so I ended up putting it onto here, and this mounts to there somehow. So I have made up a plenum box for it, which is just there. So what I'll do is I'll just set the tripod up and I'll just dry fit it to show you what it looks like. Okay, I'm probably not going to be too successful in holding this up, but basically that just sort of mounts somewhere in here, comes down to there. Look, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mount this properly so we can have a look at it. I'm just clutching at straws if I don't do it properly, so just give me 5 minutes and I'll just attach it back. Okay, I've mounted the plenum in there, so this now goes around that way, and then the overflow, all the pipes out of the coolant catch can come through and reticulate around, then go back around to the turbo and so forth. So there you have it. So catch can is mounted with P-clips, the plenum and the little radiator cooling plenum and the fan and everything is all mounted on P-clips as well to the engine mount. Hopefully that's good. Remembering that this is only used for cooling when you're on the ground. Apparently there's enough cooling from the engine to give the turbocharger enough coolant capacity whilst the aircraft is in flight. So there you have it. So I'll mount this exhaust pipe now and then see how I go with the modifications we've made to it. Come back to you shortly. Okay, I have now fitted the exhaust off. All of the the bolts went in, bar this one here. A lot of difficulty with alignment again. I don't think that's something new that I'm the first person to have. Gavin had an extreme amount of trouble as well. So I'm having the same sort of trouble, although I have modified the exhaust a little bit. So I've got to get that hole elongated. I don't know if you can just see inside there. It's just missing the actual bolt itself. Just too tight. So I'm going to get that modified. I've got new joiner silicon hoses coming. The ones that Sonex supplied, these are 35mm. These are supplied by Sonex, but the ones that they supplied me for the joiners up here were 38mm, and they were just had a lot of gap in the back of the pipe once I put the actual hose clamps on. So I've bought 35mm, which is 3mm smaller than this, and they'll be a nice tight fit onto there. So they're done. A little bit tight around the bend here. Hoping that's going to be okay. If any eagle eyes amongst you can see any problems that I've done, just let me know. All this is put on. The wastegate's now put on. This bracket over here was modified. It's just temporarily tacked. It now fits in. There's the bolt. I'll take that back with him to him and get it just now welded completely off, as well as get this one elongated a little bit as well. Coming around to this side, I did make a mistake, and that is with the actual the catch can for the oil overflow. You'll actually see the bolt here was that catch can was actually supposed to be over to this side as well. I actually, not when I say supposed to, it was mounted to that side as well. So I've just moved it over one, and I have to redo another hole, the top there and the bottom of that catch can. So I'll have to refill those holes. But there we have it. It's all pretty much in spot now. I've got the aero injector in spot, and lucky I did put that in now, because I would have assumed that catch can was in the right spot where I've put it onto the firewall. So everything is pretty much done. So that's pretty much it. I can now get on to finalizing everything within the firewall, with everything around the engine now, all the reticulation pipes and the like, from varying spots around the turbo back through to all the pipe work back to the turbo liquid cooler, onto the catch can for the turbo cooler as well. All of the catch cans for the oil overflow can all be done now. I can drill the holes for the exhaust gas temperature into the actual exhaust pipe, take the exhaust pipe off again, wrap it with its heat protection. Turbo can be all wrapped, and start finalizing the bulk of this engine, so I could get on to mounting the start of the fiberglass panels. The one thing that I was very concerned with that I may have to change, and that was the RDAC, which it is able to be left there. I thought it was going to have all sorts of difficulty. I thought I was going to have all sorts of difficulty with the RDAC because of restrictions within the area, but I'll just bring that camera around and show you where I've mounted it. So the RDAC can stay in that spot. It is removable the way that I've built it in case it fails. I don't have to re-drill anything out of the firewall, and I was very cautious of that during construction because, as we all know, directly behind there is the fuel tank. So that is pretty much it. Now I'm just going to give a very, very, very quick update on the instrument cables. So I'll just shoot over to my jig over here. Okay, now I know it's been a long time since I've done anything on these instruments, but it's a big process. Again, I just want to sort of put my hand up and say I know absolutely nothing about wiring of an aeroplane, and it just does my head in. But I've got the final few wires that will be coming. I've been on the phone the other day with MGL, and they've been absolutely 100% helpful in all of this, all of putting this wiring together for me. So the last of the wiring will then have everything all in its daisy chain, from the SP6 back through to the transponder, down to the two servos for autopilot, back up to the ECB, into the slave unit for the IFS display, back to the master display through a daisy chain through that as well, and then back into the RDAC, which comes out on the firewall through these points here. Once the wiring is done, then I can start putting on to the 12 volt side of things for the firing up of all of the circuits for the aeroplane. So that's pretty much it. I will close this one off now. If you've got this far, thank you for sticking around, and I will come back to you shortly. I'll try to pull myself together a little bit through what's just happened, and I'll go through that at a later stage. So I'll come back to you shortly.